Hello, my name is Cole Bassett, and I am a senior at Missouri State University in the Sports Medicine and Athletic Training program. I graduated actually from New Covenant Academy in 2016, and I'm just about to finish up my bachelor's degree at Missouri State in athletic training. I wanted to talk to you all about athletic training for a little bit and just kind of give you a general understanding of what it is and how, if you're interested, to begin a career in athletic training. So like I said, I graduated from NCA in 2016, and at that time there wasn't an athletic trainer on staff there. I never really heard of one at all. All the sporting events, I played basketball and baseball. We never had an athletic trainer on the sidelines, just in case anybody got hurt or to help us throughout the week if somebody got injured. So basically, what an athletic trainer does, they are there at sporting events in their most common role. They're in sporting events, during practices, during events. If they're in a high school setting, they're there during school hours oftentimes. If you get hurt during a game, they are the ones that come out on the field. They assess you, see if you have anything broken or if they need to call the ambulance out. They are there to help prevent injuries for you. Say you just have a random pain in your ankle while you're playing basketball or something like that. If you're concerned about it, you can go to them and they'll check it out for you and see if there's anything else going on and help you get better. So athletic trainers are licensed healthcare providers. Sometimes they can be confused with personal trainers. A lot of times you'll just hear someone call them a trainer, and that's where I think a lot of the confusion comes from. But athletic trainers are an entirely different realm from personal trainers. Personal trainers will work with you in like a gym, help you get in shape. But an athletic trainer more specifically works with injuries and bettering your athletic performance from a medical standpoint, not necessarily just a workout standpoint. So some of the different opportunities that I've had at Missouri State, we have what's called our clinical rotations. And so every semester, typically, you will go to a different clinical site to get a different viewpoint and some different practice, different experience within the field of athletic training. So I am actually in the last class of the bachelor's program at Missouri State University. And so the NATA, the National Athletic Training Association, they're transitioning all degrees in athletic training to a master's degree starting next year. And so if you got into athletic training or are interested in pursuing your education in athletic training, you would be pursuing a master's degree. And that can be offered in two different ways, but from here on out, it's a 5-year degree. So as a 4-year degree that I just completed, the second year at Missouri State, you begin clinicals. So my first rotation was with Missouri State football. So in the fall season, I was there on the sideline at all the games and practices. You got to tape a lot of ankles, just get the guys ready to go. That was a lot of fun. I actually got to travel to South Dakota with the football team, fly there and attend an away game, and incredible experience. Then after that, I went to Hillcrest High School for a semester and worked there. And then following that, I was with the Missouri State men's basketball team for an entire year. I was their only student athletic trainer, so I attended all of the men's practices and games that were home games. I traveled to Illinois and St. Louis for the Arch Madness tournament last year and got to be with them. With that was by far my favorite experience because I grew up watching the Bears. But that's certainly an opportunity that any of you could have if you were accepted into the program and expressed an interest in basketball. A few other friends of mine have worked with the Bears for a year as well. Last semester I was at Nixa High School for a whole semester and worked with their sports teams like football and soccer and basketball. And then this past semester, before the virus hit, I was at Mercy in their outpatient clinic called Health Tracks. And I was there working with their outpatient patients as well. So a whole variety of opportunities for shadowing at Missouri State. You can shadow with all, except for a few, you can shadow with all of the Division I college teams. You can shadow with several of the high schools in the area like Kickapoo and Catholic and Hillcrest and Nixa, like I mentioned. And then there's clinic rotations. So lots of exciting things. I have about 1,300 clinical hours over the past 3 years. And I know that sounds like a lot, but when you get involved, like I was with football or basketball, the time really flies and you really enjoy the time that you have there. And so I love the field of athletic training. I didn't know what it was a few years ago, like I said at the beginning of the video. But after looking through several of what the details that go into athletic training, I really fell in love with the field. One thing that we're really focusing on right now, especially having to do a lot of telemedicine over the internet and everything, just like this, is interprofessional practice. And so that means we, as athletic trainers, work with other types of healthcare professionals, such as nurses or doctors, physical therapists, physician's assistants, those types of professions. We have to work together to accurately and adequately care for these patients in a time where we can't necessarily get in-person meetings with them as often as we'd like to. So one thing that I like to point out about athletic training, while it is an incredible career as a standalone, like you would achieve a master's in it, there's plenty of opportunity as well to continue education off of that even and pursue a career in physical therapy or a physician's assistant. So it really sets you apart because the training for athletic training is very rigorous, but it's very rewarding. You're very, very well prepared to take care of your athletes, patients, or whoever it may be. And so one of the last things I'd like to mention for you all before I let you go is that athletic training started out in the college setting solely, but over the past several years it has exploded and spread out into all different types of settings. There are athletic trainers in NASCAR and professional football, basketball, all the professional sports have their own athletic trainers. So you go work with the Royals or the Chiefs or something like that. And then there are also athletic trainers in like the Olympics or over even in the industrial setting. So in the Army, there are athletic trainers that work in the Army. One guy from my cohort is actually going to work with the military as an athletic trainer. So there are tons and tons of opportunities for you as an athletic trainer. So for athletic training, you obviously have to be very passionate about helping people, and it's an awesome career that I personally love, and I can't wait to get out there and practice on my own. And so if any of you are interested, I would strongly encourage you to look more into it, because I know that I haven't regretted my decision at all to pursue this career. And so thank you very much for your time and watching this video. Have a good one. Thank you.